There are a lot of good things to talk about that have happened over the course of time because of the leadership of this administration, because of the leadership of organizations like yours, and because of the hard work of the Republicans in the legislature who have stood up and stayed firm for the things that we believe in. When I travel around the country, people are a little bit surprised to hear, despite the fact that we have a Democratic legislature, some of the pro-growth policies that we've been able to put into effect here and the impact that those policies are having on businesses across New Jersey. But first, let's start with how we get that done. I've now vetoed 400 bills in 5.5 years. This is more vetoes than any governor in New Jersey history. And they've been sustained, every one of them, by the Republicans in the legislature. The 52nd attempted override happened this past week, and Republicans stood firm again in the Senate to the point where the Senate president had to concede defeat by pulling the bill off of the board, and as he always does, and said, we'll be back to try again. They're 0 for 52. As a Met fan, I used to be able to be used to that kind of performance. But this year, we're in an entirely different circumstance, aren't we? And how does that affect you, those 400 bills? I could go through a bunch of them that, believe me, set you all on fire when they were getting passed, and believe me, we heard it in the governor's office, and our Republican legislatures heard it. But let's just talk about one area that is particularly sensitive to the business community, and that's taxes. Americans for Tax Reform put out a report 3 weeks ago that said that this administration has made history, and it's something that I'm particularly proud of. They've now announced that I've vetoed more tax increases than any governor in American history. Now, what's that mean? It should tell you something about my commitment and the commitment of Republicans in the legislature to the tax-paying families and the small and medium-sized businesses in this state. And it tells you something about the Democrats who run the legislature, too, because I couldn't have done it without them. Think about it. I couldn't have made history by vetoing the most tax increases in American history without our liberal Democratic legislature sending me the most tax increases to veto in American history.